Okay, let's continue on with problem number 4. This is similar to number 2, but the original fee is unknown. Okay, a yoga studio charges a non-member $18 per class. This non-member fee is 50% more than the fee for members. How much does a member pay for each class? Okay, well, we've got a value and a percentage, but those both deal for non-members. So those are going to be dealing with our compared value. So it's asking us how much does a member pay for the class, so that is going to be our reference value. So the member fee which we don't know. Okay, so what does that tell us? That tells us that this is our variable. So let's see. So we know the membership fee is 100%. But then we also are adding 50% for our non-member. So this becomes 150%. So that, of course, goes here. And we also know that our price for non-members is $18. Okay, so we get to solve this one now. Change this to a decimal. 1.50x equals 18. Again, to get the x by itself, since it's multiplied, I have to undo the multiplication, which means I'm going to do division. So x is 18 divided by 1.50, which tells me that x is $12. Write your answer in a complete sentence. Members pay $12 per class. Okay. All right, now let's see how we can figure it up. So a non-member fee is 50% more than the member fee, okay, but it's asking for it in dollars. So this is the original minus, so this is the member and the non-member, which is $6 more. The non-member fee is 50% more, so that is 150% of, and then for the times is 1.5. Okay, so now let's do some problems where they're just all mixed up. And notice we haven't given you any information on these. So I would highly recommend that you try these on your own, and then if you get confused, then stop and watch the videos. Do it however you choose. Okay, you have a 40% off coupon for a TV. If you pay $309 at the register, what was the original cost? Okay, so we have a percent, and obviously what you pay is after the coupon, which means these are going to deal with your compared value. So this deals with your compared value, and this is your compared value. What they want to know is the original cost, so this has to be your reference value. Okay, so here is my original cost. This is the amount paid, and we know that's $309. So now we have to do the percent here. This is very much like the example with the flu shot. So I'm going to start by making a circle. Okay, so this is my original cost. this is dealing with the amount of the discount. This is the coupon, which means that this is the amount paid. Which is going to be the 100% minus 40%, which gives us 60%. And again, my reference value, I don't know that. And once again, make sure that these two represent the same thing. This is the percent paid, and that percent as a dollar amount. Okay, I'm good to know. So yes, they do equal the same thing. So I know 60% of x is 309. When I turn that into an equation, that is 0.60 x is 309. Divide both sides by 0.60. So that tells me that x is 515. And that's dollars. And that answers my question. Okay. All right. You and some friends have a total of $48 to spend on dinner and a tip. What is the maximum amount of dinner? What is the maximum amount the dinner can be so that you still have enough to leave a 20% tip? Okay. All right, so how are we going to do this? Well, we know that, let's think about it. We know that the dinner plus tip is the total. Okay. So we know that the amount this is going to be dinner and tip. So that's going to include the tip of 20%. So this is going to be the total spent, which is going to be $48. This has to be, since this is the total spent, this is the percent spent. And then what they want to know is what is the maximum amount the dinner can be. That has to be our reference value. So this is the cost of the dinner only. We don't know what that is. Now this is going to be more than this because so this is going to be more than 100%. So let's see what we've got here. So the percent spent is going to be the dinner plus something else. So we are going to be, this is the cost of dinner. And then over here, we're going to have the tip, which they tell us is 20%. But that is 20% of the cost of dinner. So let's see, 20% would be this right here. This, of course, is going to be my 100%. So when I add this and this, I get 120% of dinner is the total amount spent. So yes, We got those two values correctly. Okay, so if I turn 120% into a decimal, that is 1.20. X equals 48. Divide both sides by 1.20. So X is $40. And that's a dollar amount. Okay. All right. You have to think about these for a minute, but I know you can do it. I think I'm going to skip the challenge problem and go on and do what's on the back. This is a really good summary table. So read it as I'm coloring it and highlighting it. What this says is that if the compared value is p% more than, so we're dealing with compared value, it is 100 plus p% of the reference value. And of course we know of means multiply. If the compared value is p less than the reference value, it is 100 minus p. All right, so let's practice on these a little bit, and knowing how to write this is going to be really, really important. So we're going to fill in some blanks here. The area of Norway is 24% more than the area of Colorado. So Norway's area is, since it's more than, we are going to take, more than means I'm going to take 100% plus 24%, which means it was 124% of Colorado's area. The generic price for, or the price for a generic medication is 9.4% less than the price of the name brand medication. So the price of the I'm having trouble with my mouth today. Okay. So since it is less than, that means I'm going to subtract. So I'm going to take 100% minus 9.4%, which means it is 90.6% of the price. Okay. All right, so let's talk about the decimal form. The decimal form of this is 1.24, which means the area of Norway is 1.24 times the area of Colorado. The decimal form in number 9 of 90.6% is 0.906. So that means the price of the generic medication is 0.906 times that cost. Okay, so let's put it all together and see what we can do, because this is usually the hard part, if we can identify the pieces. All right, a store is having a 60% off sale. Therefore, the sales price of an item is how many times? Okay, so I'm ending up at times, but I'm going to have to start with the percent. If it's having a 60% off sale, then the price is, this of course means less than, minus 60%, which gives me 40%. Now I just have to take that and convert it to a decimal, which means it is 0.40 times the original price. Okay, when you buy a TV, you pay 8% sales tax in addition to the price of the TV. All right, so once again, we're going to end up at times, which means we need to find the percent and then convert it to a decimal. Okay, so it says you pay 8% sales tax in addition. So that's going to be more than. You're going to be adding to the price. So it is going to be the price of the TV plus the 8%, which is going to give you 108%. To get the times, I simply turn this into a decimal, which is 1.08. Okay, that's the end of this part. We will start next time doing using percentages to describe change.